My name is Chris Claremont. You're watching Omni X-Men.
You're watching X-Men Omni with Justin and John. And their good friend, Hank.
Hi, I'm Bob McLeod, and you're watching Omni X-Men.
Yeah, gang, welcome back. Omni X-Men has returned. We're back for you. This is all the greatness of Claremont and X-Men and New Mutant. All that, it's for you, and we have returned. The glory is yours. You know, raise a glass to freedom and this guy. No good comment.
John, which one are we reading again? I forget.
We're reading all of them.
Oh, man, who needs to go to the gym when you read books?
Get your flex on.
Wait, this is 4. This is last year.
There it is.
Dude, here we go. I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
Congrats. We are here again. Huzzah.
Yes. Omni X-Men, man. I've been waiting all year, man. It's been a long summer, but we're back.
It was, and a lot of shenanigans dealing with how to do this season, and we'll get into all the realities of omnibus collecting in the show tonight. But yes, so good to see you, my friend. Despite all the Black Panther fun that we had this summer, you know, it feels like we didn't see each other.
That's right. I've been trying to find a new co-host for the show, but as you guys can see, it's all
Wakanda forever.
Omni Sandman 2042.
Yes, we got a lot of big plans. Big
picture. Yeah, exactly. Long contract. Dude.
So
I'm excited.
Let's say hello to some friends we got here hanging with us in the chat. Huge thank you to Bobby De La Ghetto for one of those clips, and to this guy for the other 2 clips. I feel like we need we're gonna clip them together, make one big.
Yeah, dude. I like that you played all of them. It's great. We'll get more this year. That's the plan.
Right. We got Ruben Guzman, the White Tiger, in the chat. What's going on? We got Rob Boswell working on how to spell tarnations.
Yeah, Rob.
What in tarnations, tarnations, all the nations. We got Old Wolf Tony in the chat. What's going on, Tony?
Wolf.
We got M Pressed Comics is in the chat. Our friend Matt, whose video is linked down below because he won the X-Men mystery box this year, and I went ham on that sucker. It was wild. So if you want to see the unboxing, right down below. But I'm going to play a little clip for him because he just joined the new Comic Book Day book club, the upper echelon on my YouTube channel. So let's play a little something for the guy here. How about this? Appreciate you, Matt. Very, very kind of you, sir. And let's see here. We also got award nominated. Yes, we've been lots of nominations. Just keep them coming.
We got to put that in our name moving forward.
We got Coach Vic in the chat. What's going on, Vic?
What's up, Coach?
Sir. And of course, the Jackson Roy Kirk himself.
Yeah.
What is going on, Jackson? Appreciate you, sir. Candace Barbosa's in the chat. What's going on, Candace? Good to see you. Nobody cares that it's Wonder Woman Day. If you mention it, then we have to deal with this guy, the Magic Lasso. Brian. Yes, it is Wonder Woman Day, but I forgot because I'm not good with birthdays. I don't unless you're my wife or my kids. The odds are low. We got Conlon, so Stevie's in the chat. What's going on?
There he is. What's up, Stevie?
We got Meyer HQ. He's like, where's LeBron James? I mean, he's probably on the floor holding his ankle and waiting for a call. I was told he'd be on the 3rd stream. All right. Well, he is like lower string for sure. John killed it on that giveaway box. And that unboxing was very entertaining. So I appreciate it, my friend.
Nice.
So thank you all for coming by. I'll shout out people as they jump into the chat. This is Omni X-Men every season, and we're on 6 right now. This little knucklehead and I, we are reading our way through Chris Claremont's epic time on mutants in general, but specifically Uncanny X-Men.
He wrote a lot of stuff, John.
He did. We're finding this out. We're finding out in grand style.
I found out that he did a 12-issue maxi set of Alien or Alien versus Predator.
I didn't know that.
Chris Claremont. So that'll be on our list too.
That's the next omnibus.
Do a whole season. Yeah. At some point.
I mean, I'm a Laker fan. I can slander LeBron if I want. Lasso is a secret subject for November, and it is awesome. Ooh, very exciting. Brother John's in the chat. There he is. Justice League wins. No, that's tomorrow night. Justice League will win. Give it a night.
He's like,
tomorrow night.
Show?
Claremont wrote a lot of stuff just in one issue.
Yeah. Got that
right. So yeah, we've gone through 4 volumes, 4 omnibus of the Uncanny X-Men. And we left off at issue 193, and you can find all the playlists down below. In fact, I was joking with Justin before we went live that the video description for this is packed. All kinds of links, all kinds of information, all kinds of fun stuff to enjoy, including the list in order of the issues we're going to read this season. So if you're curious what the reading order looks like and the general date in which things happen, it's all in the video description plus playlists. The first 4 Uncanny X-Men Omni seasons, plus last year we did New Mutants Volume 1 because it coincided with about where we were in Uncanny X-Men. That is linked down below. And then a new playlist that I just started with this episode at the beginning is also started down below. Of course, this guy's links, because we're on his channel a week from today doing the first episode of this season.
That's right.
That is down below. And, we'll get into original art here in a little bit. But yes, the new artist that we are featuring this season, they are linked down. It is a smorgasbord down below. You can find all kinds of goodies and things to go back and extend the experience of Omni X-Men beyond the screen.
It's a whole universe that we have now, John. It's a whole universe.
It's getting
John
it's
and Justin
expanding.
universe. Yeah. Check out the Black Panther stuff we did too.
Right. Yeah. I mean, hey, that was a whole lot of fun this season, honestly.
It was.
I missed Ryan Pratt. What is up, MW Cat in the chat? Let's see. Did I miss something? Chedai Knight is in the chat calling us Earthlings. Just because we're not flying in a wagon over the earth, more Earthlings, I guess. Now. Whatever.
I got to go back and watch that episode now. you and him debating.
The logistics of flying a wagon over Earth. It's like 100 seasons of the show. It's a lot. Oh, my man Dio Wolf is in the chat. He started a YouTube channel, but he's been making great content. If you guys want to see some of his fun top 3 videos he's been doing, it's a whole lot of fun.
Dio Wolf is a good dude. Good dude.
Just keep walking. Keep walking. Yeah, so let's talk about specifically this experience, because for me, I think one of the things that has been kind of fun to do is most of this I've read before, and a lot of this has been new for you. And so there's been this fun kind of dynamic for the two of us to kind of like revisit or experience for the first time this sort of saga. And I thought it would be fun to hear a little bit about how this impact has what has been the impact for the two of us on reading these books in order in that time. What's it been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like I've connected with just the characters and the overall stories and plots between, everything that we've been going through with like the Brood saga and jumping to the Mutants and everything else, just because of how in depth we break this stuff down and talk about it and joke about it and highlight certain things we loved and we hated. Like, obviously we're not doing this with every single piece of reading that we do. And it just is like, just transforms this whole thing to where I can just think back, if I'm just walking out and think back to random episodes or random issues that tie into things. It also is like a way where we're like the friendships that we create and not just create, but build on with all of our guests that we have every single week and the people that hang out in the chat every single week. We love you for that. Just associating all that and the inside jokes and the many, many t-shirts that we will eventually make.
Like all the sandwich jokes and all the Rachel Dinners jokes, the Chode jokes.
Like there's just so much more to it than just, the stories and everything themselves, which is really cool. And I don't have that connection with a lot of other things. So that to me is, first and foremost, like just the best.
And that's a great way to look at it. And I think it definitely has been, I've read a lot of these I read as a kid, and I didn't spend the amount of thought and effort in enjoying them as I did as a kid, when you're just like trying to get to the next, Wolverine kills somebody moment, or right. Quip from, Kitty Pryde or whatever. Like, I'm just trying to, like, now I'm reading it with this other perspective. I think that's been a lot of fun. And it's easy to be like reading it with 2025 glasses on, but I think you've been really great about helping me keep like the first time experience glasses on, so that as reading it, I'm not, stuck in my own head of like, no, that wouldn't make sense. Why? All the logic stuff that you can get into when it's a comic book, it's still a comic book.
Yeah. And the other thing too, like, I think this is just a cool way. I mean, obviously reading, I guess you can apply this to anything, but the idea that we're like looking into the past in a sense of when we read these books, and just the style of, recognizing the times and like all the references they have, and like some of the, actors and posters that they have in the backgrounds and stuff like that. Like
Tom Selleck, man. Tom Selleck.
Yeah. Like, it's just a cool way to, that we've been, going through this whole thing. And then on top of that, like, making our jokes about it. It's just been, it's been really cool to do that too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so that obviously the people we've met and the interactions we've had, one level, but for me, like the ability to still get a lot of joy out of these books, 50 years later, and have that interact, that's been a whole lot of fun for me. So I'm very grateful, very thankful that you're still interested in doing this.
Oh, absolutely,
5+ years on, because I'm over the last year I was sending Justin like, this is what season 7 will look like. This is what season 8 is going to look like.
Here's a glimpse of the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Locked in. Yeah,
Mike Trouted.
It's cool because, and it's like you pointed out, like for me, this stuff is all new. So like, it's funny when you sent me, just a text the other day of like, hey, here are some notes for like general thoughts of what we want to talk about tonight as this being the kickoff show. One of them was about like kind of highlighting or recognizing what is to come, or like the general themes of stuff. Yeah. And immediately in my head, I was thinking at first, I was just like, ooh, but I don't want to know what happens. Like, let's keep it really vague. Like, let's just keep it very high level. Cause I genuinely like when I'm turning these pages and I'm like, oh my God, like this is happening. Like this is the direction we're going in. Cause it's just all new to me. So,
sure.
But
I'm not, definitely not trying to spoil anything for anybody. We're hopefully, I've got
even though it's been out for 50 years or whatever, 40 years.
Right. I think I've got 1 or 2 videos linked down below. I think actually 2, one that discusses specifically the choices we made with this season and which Omnis and how to read them. And another video I made charting all of the Claremont X-Men era and which omnibus you would read in which order. So if you need assistance with some of that, and you're looking for guides for some of that, those videos are linked down below. I keep I told you there's a lot of stuff down below.
Yeah. Just go below, you'll find it.
Well, it's probably down there. It's probably down there. Well, let's spend a second on, if you don't mind, on this season and some of the options fans have.
Absolutely.
Because obviously it's logically this is volume 5 of Uncanny X-Men, the 5th omnibus, and a lot of people have that omnibus. In fact, I gave one away to, I think JP won it as a giveaway at the end of the season, because I learned that technically that there wasn't going to be a volume 6 and a volume 7 going on, that they were stopping at volume 5, and the rest of the run was already sort of published in these event or prelude event omnis. And so that's kind of how this works. So what I've got is the Mutant Massacre prelude omnibus. And I'll set that little guy aside there, but like, this beastly tome with all of its 80s comic glory here.
I love it.
Is basically all of the setup comics that lead to the big event, the Mutant Massacre, which will be a year from now. So for as far as Uncanny X-Men goes, we're going to go from 194 to 209, and that's the big crux of this season. There will be other things. There's some Marvel fanfare. There's some annuals. There's some mini series like Longshot and Nightcrawler has a miniseries. So some of those things will be in here as well. But the biggest difference between the one I've got here and the one Justin's got is X Factor. So his omnibus and mine have pretty much the same issues in them, except at the very end, mine has a ton of X Factor thrown in. It has 8 issues of X Factor and the X Factor Annual #1.
Yep.
And that is a big difference between these two books. They wanted in this volume to set up the concept that the original team was returning in their own comic and that there was some things going on as those characters who were, Beast had been an Avenger and whatever characters were spread out were coming back together. So that's the biggest difference between our two Omnis. And the way we solved that for this season is we're going to have Magic Lasso come on like the X Factor teacher, and he is going to walk us through these issues, these 9 comics, plus a little bit of an Avengers and a Fantastic Four book. And we'll do an X Factor night. It won't be with a slideshow, but we will include all the material that is set up for the big event omnibus next season. So that's kind of the big difference between mine and Justin's. If you have either one, you should be fine for this whole season. But just know that going forward, it's not going to be volume 6 of Uncanny and volume 7. Instead, it'll be Mutant Massacre. And then there's another, I think it's Prelude to Inferno or Prelude to the Fall of Mutants. So on and on and on. The next few Omnis are more event focused or set up for those events versus volume 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Kind of a drag.
Yeah, it's interesting that they did it that way. I mean, obviously, I don't know who makes those decisions.
I was fine with it. I just wish they had announced it that was the design. And then they could have even put numbers on the spine, like part 10, part 11. It would have been easier for fans to line them on a shelf and have them kind of look nice together.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But it's a little disappointing.
I think we need to write to Marvel, John, and say, hey, we're trying to do a show here. We're trying to highlight your omnibus.
Get yourselves together.
Yeah, work with us here, people. You're making us jump through hoops.
Yes, Chet, you've been here since issue 95, way back in the day.
Times,
sandwiches and all. You've been here from the beginning.
94, technically.
Way back in season 1, Beta Ray Jim used to come here, and he was a big Animan fan.
Yes, the Animan. Yeah, great time.
John's stash kicks the Selleck stash. I mean, I do my best. Stu from Dr. Doom's fan club. What's going on, Stu? Good to see you, my friend. Plans to ask his boss for a raise tomorrow. That's the reality is save your money, get your exercise in, because these Omnis are not getting tinier. They're getting bigger, and it's just going to go more and more. But again, down below, I've shown all the issues we're going to read this season. So if you want to plot it out, if you want to go back to this video at any point, you should be able to figure out more or less when the episode will happen and what we'll be reading. So a little bit of help. Nice. But I've kept the guests a little bit surprised. So you may not know who's going to join us each of these times. So does that make a little bit of sense? It's not Marauders Massacre or the Mutant Massacre, but it is all the stuff leading up to it.
Right.
Makes I don't want to confuse anybody.
We're going to have to, as we get closer to that batch of how many? I mean, it's technically 9 books for that one reading?
Yeah, for that one. I mean, I think it's technically 11.
11. So
it's like a trade paperback.
We're going to have, like I know for myself, just going to have to mentally or really schedule time because that's a lot of reading. And these, these books can,
I will probably mention it as we get closer and closer because it's the kind of thing where you can read it in small chunks and have it all kind of done.
That's
But you'll need the app, or if you've got these comics, a lot of people, collected these early issues of X Factor, you might have these issues to read, or if you've got the unlimited app, obviously you can just read these books. But we will break them down for you. We'll explain kind of the significance, what's happened in those stories and why these characters are going through what they're going through. But hopefully it'll make a little bit of sense for people.
And hey, while we're talking about like the idea of how to get these things, can we just highlight for a second a few different ways for those who want to read along or are planning to and may not have access to the issues or are trying to figure out a way to do it in a reasonable sense and not spending too much money. I was actually just talking to Candace today actually about just generally what kind of direction she might want to go in to get this new omnibus. If you want to buy the actual omnibus, I recommend like in stock trades. For this one or even the one that John had, they're typically 50 to 60% off or something like that.
Yeah,
or maybe a little less sometimes.
And I feel like both of these I've seen still eligible for purchase at this point. So I don't think that they're out of stock yet or out of print yet. Sorry.
Yeah, and like MSRP is 125, just so everyone knows. No one should be paying more than that.
And mine's 150, but again, it's got a little bit more stuff in it.
So typically, you should be able to find these for a deal that's under $100.
I agree.
Maybe 80 or 70. One other item or thing that Candace had brought up was potentially like just ordering the digital version of that. I know not everybody's a fan of digital, but if that's a way you want to go, I think she had mentioned it might have been like $40 for the digital version of this, probably through Amazon Prime or whatever the case is, Kindle technically or whatever. Used to be Comixology. Or you could do, if you want to pay for the app again, obviously you can pay monthly, which I think is like $12 a month or $10 a month. Or if you want to pay annually, it's I just looked up before, it's like $70. So if that's the case, so that's $39.99 just for the digital of this, like what we're reading. I personally think, if you know you're going to want to read other Marvel related stuff, to just try the app, download it for the year. It's $70 or even do it monthly, but you have access to, whatever it is, 70,000 other Marvel comics. And it's a great way to, follow up with other older, comic books. Or if you want to join us for our Omni Black Panther down the road, you can, that's how I'm reading the Black Panther stuff right now. So I just want to like share that in case there are people who are like, hey, how do I, how am I going to keep up with you?
And I think, there's a lot of options on Hoopla. You may be able to find digital versions of this with your library card. You go into your library and update your password and things like that, and they'll connect you to apps like Hoopla that may allow you to rent Omnis and things like that from your library. And if they have a digital copy, you might be able to check it out as well.
Yeah.
What's up, C Bizzles in the chat? What's going on, my friend? Ooh. No, that's great. It's great advice. And there's a lot of options out there. And of course, a lot of these books are dollar bin books. You could possibly, other than certain uncanny keys, you might be able to find some of these books for a small amount. So if you're on the hunt, maybe these are some issues the X Factor 1 through 8, other than obviously the Apocalypse first appearance, there are books that are considered very reasonably priced overall.
Yep. Yeah. So very doable.
Don't threaten me with a good time. No, it's great. And I again, I don't want to tell people they have to read it in omnibus form. It's just sort of the way that Justin and I got started, and now we can't stop. That's the reality.
And the other side of it is you also just don't have to read it at all. I mean, you could just sit in the chat and watch us break it down. And that's partially why we're doing this too. So if you just want to kind of hear our angle at it, we go literally page by page, almost panel by panel, especially on my channel, because I take 2 hours. So you really want thorough detail. I mean, you are at the right spot to just dive right in with us. So
yes, exactly. Yeah. Part of the fun might just be to hear shenanigans and us talking about these books that you're like, I'm never going to read this, but that sounds hilarious.
Yes, exactly.
So there you go. That. I wanted to also talk a little bit about the featured artist that we have this season. So this is due to Magic Lasso himself. He talking about Angus again. He highlighted a piece of original art that he got from the Frame Brothers, Fraim, and their links are down below. They've worked on Knights of the Dinner Table and lots of comic books. They are published artists, and they have a website for their art, but they also do sketch variants. And I bought this sketch cover for you guys. And Justin is obviously chipping in on this. So the two of us, this is an X-Men issue 101 blank facsimile, and the Frame Brothers drew the new team on it in spectacular style. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, they're great. They really are. I looked at their YouTube or their Instagram page and everything. Yeah. And definitely go check them out. Definitely follow them. I mean, at minimum, go follow them, go support their work, and just see what they have. And obviously, if you are interested, we highly recommend reaching out to them just to get a commission piece. Otherwise, you can win this. This is something you can win at the end of the season. So
yes, And that's the idea. Obviously, celebrating great artists, but also like being able to give stuff to you guys. The giveaway we do at the end of the season is always bonkers. There's always a ton of prizes, comics, omnibus, trade paperbacks, original pieces of art like this.
Yep.
And this is a one of one out in the world. And of course, just having a good time all season long. How do you get there? Trivia, gang. We're gonna make you work for it, especially those of you who are spelling challenged. We're gonna make you work for it. Every episode starting next week, we're going to end with trivia questions, 2 from me and 2 from Justin. If you stick around to the end, you hang out and you answer the questions after the starting line that Jackson's usually dropping for us. You can be entered to win. We will put 3 winners for every question. So there's 12 winners every single night, gang.
I can spell.
We ask for the first 2 correct answers, and Tony's always on another live stream, but he's ready to comment on this stream.
He manages.
And we're also looking for a funny answer. So again, you don't even need to have read the books. You don't even need to do anything except be hanging out, having a laugh, and then you might win some fun prizes. There's usually a slab or 2. I gave away an omnibus the last couple of years, and I've got, sadly, another one to give away because I keep buying ones I don't realize I already have. It's a problem.
Hey, it's good for our chat then. Hey, by the way, I still have a set. I think I owe Candace, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I owe something. I owe the sack of books from last. I still have not shipped them out.
Okay. Candace, get on his case, man.
Yeah. And Candace, I'm coming out to Chicago in December, so maybe we can meet up again.
There it is.
But
shipping is on Justin. He flies it in himself.
There you go. Yes. Hand delivered.
So we love giving away stuff at the end of the season, sort of celebrating all the fun we've had. So there will always be giveaway prizes you can win. And just hanging out with us and sticking around to the end of the show each week is the way to get there. So there you go. And I know you've got a prize to ship out, Chet. It sounds like Justin does. And I have the variants that Chet gave away last season in my house, and I will be giving those to the winner when I hang out with him soon. So those will be given out as well. So there's definitely still prizes flying through the ether on their way to people. Bobby's in the chat. What's going on, Bobby? Bobby is just a concept. My friend Adam's in the chat. He says, I don't have to do anything. That sounds like my kind of quiz. There it is.
Yep.
C-Bizzle says, I changed my name to Candace.
Chat's on fire tonight already.
Definitely you guys have Steve Martin and Martin Short vibes.
That's what we were going for. So
that's always been the way. Yes. It's been 4 months. I'm just saying. Fair. You're not wrong.
I have no excuses.
Yeah. I've got to give something to Mr. Make Stuff Up because I've got his prizes from chat here. So we're working on it. Things are happening. Things are in the works.
For the record, I still have 3 amazing flat and cleaned up books from that guy right there, Impress Comics, that sent to me probably about 4 months ago. Matt, they're in a box still here. I just have not gotten around to it. Every time I'm like, well, but I want to film it. I got to make it a video. I'll do it.
I feel like making a video today? Yeah, I get it.
It's gonna be a video one day. It's gonna be an epic video.
I was just gonna type about. Look, he's ready. He was ready. Fingers on the typing.
You know what's up, Matt. You know what's up.
Oh my goodness. So that's a little bit about the giveaways, how to be involved, what we do here on the channel. As a reminder too, the weekly breakdowns, it's a chance to go through frame by frame, but we have guests who come on to help us gain a perspective and understanding of all these books and how they fit into the bigger storyline. And I want to spend a little bit of time reminding us where we left off.
Yeah, I need that for sure.
Because here's where it is, gang. Not only has it been a whole summer not talking about this, but technically it's been a summer and a year.
Yeah, we're talking
because
2 seasons, yeah.
we took a year off to read a lot of New Mutants and had a great time doing that. #Demon Bear.
Yeah.
But we got to get back to Uncanny X-Men. And the last issue we read was issue 193. It was a double-sized issue, and we had a lot of things going on. So I'm going to do my best. I rewatched that episode. It was very entertaining. But I had a lot less gray in my beard. Something's going on. I have more hair on my head. So I will do my best to catch us up. We are in the midst of the John Romita Jr. era of art, and a lot of the storyline was in that team in fluctuation drama, right? Kitty Pryde was on and off of the team, on and off the New Mutants, not quite sure where she fit. We read the amazing life-death storyline where we saw Storm tragically lose her powers trying to protect Rogue, the new teammate who was being gunned down by a local Guy Rich, an assassin, utilizing Forge's technology.
Yep.
They were trying to kill or take away the powers of Rogue, but instead Storm got in the way and was hit. Forge felt guilty and took her in. And then when she found out the truth, of course, she was incredibly frustrated and upset with him. So a lot going on with her. And the new team involves characters like Rogue, as mentioned, like Kitty Pryde, and of course, Rachel Dinners, as many of you have mentioned in the chat, is now officially in this timeline. Rachel Summers, I know it's a joke. And we've had some on again, off again drama with Rachel, whether she's a better fit for the New Mutants on her own or whether she's going to join the team. There's been some interesting changes going on there. We've also got Cyclops in a bit of a state of flux in his life. Not quite sure where he fits in. Personal dramas going on with him. So the whole team is in a very unusual place. Issue 193 also included storylines with Xavier walking again. He, after the whole brood impregnation thing, he got the ability to walk again, but it requires a ton of strain, mental focus, right? He's really weakened with all the effort it takes, but he is playing basketball. He's dressing in a lot of leather, especially when the Morlocks find him and take him in. So there's been a lot of interesting things going on for Xavier.
He got jumped, right? That was when he got
he
jumped
did.
on campus.
You're right. He was on the street,
scary.
and some people threw a brick and hit him in the head.
Yeah.
And the Morlocks took him in. We've been also spending a lot of time with the Morlocks because there was some drama with them kidnapping people. And we learned that there was a whole sort of society of mutants living under the city of New York. But these were the not so beautiful mutants, right? The powers were not so useful, maybe not so attractive.
Right.
And they were being led by a woman named Callisto with the awesome eye patch and punk hair. Love and her. Storm, newly mohawked, went down into the Morlocks tunnels and battled Callisto one-on-one. That great knife fight in issue 170.
Yeah.
And sort of took ownership or command of the Morlocks and left them with Callisto, but both with the hope that they would live a more fruitful life down there.
Yeah.
And as a result, the sort of return of favor was that they took in Xavier and they took care of him. And the team was in some kind of tumult there a little bit. They're also dealing with the Hellfire School or Hellfire Academy.
That's right. Trying to recruit.
Yes. Yeah. And there were characters like Empath and Roulette that were basically brought together by Emma Frost. And then they were doing their best to wreak havoc for the X-Men. And they recruited James Proudstar, brother of John Proudstar, or the original Warpath.
Yeah, that was a big intro.
So that was his big issue where he basically was kidnapping Banshee and then forcing the team to come rescue him so that he could get his revenge on Xavier. But of course, he couldn't do it in the end. It was another moment where Xavier realized that these characters, Empath, Roulette, and Warpath, they were being led astray by the Hellfire Club, and that this Hellfire Academy was definitely a tragic place to be.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pieces at play here in the X-Men universe. And at the same time, the New Mutants as a team were struggling with their identity And characters like Empath were showing up in their comics and in their storylines as possible members that could join, but at the same time were causing a lot of fraction and friction inside of the unit.
Yeah.
So that's these two rival schools, and there's, at our school at least, there's these two age groups, the team and the New Mutants, and then I think at the academy they've got the students and then the staff, if you want to count Emma Frost as a teacher.
Yeah.
So all of these things sort of happening simultaneously, and again, this Xavier not quite sure after Secret Wars, especially now that he can walk, is he a battle commander or is he a professor who leads from behind? Like, where does he fit into this diagram, right? And the team not sure what's going on anymore. Storm has left, headed back to Africa. She wants to reconnect with the natural world, and the loss of her powers has kind of left her very distraught. So the team very fractured at this particular moment.
Bit broken up.
I think that's the majority of kind of the plot and the main, where is everybody now?
Yeah, you're spot on, John. Nice overview there, because there were definitely some things in there where I'm like, oh, that's right. Like, I definitely need to kind of look back through. I mean, I was just looking at some of the covers, and even that kind of just reminded me of a lot of things. Even we had that whole miniseries of Kitty Pryde and Wolverine.
I was gonna say, I didn't even talk about Logan and Kitty Pryde.
Yeah,
obviously,
like that was
go ahead.
Go
so
ahead. Like learning more
that?
about their relationship. Kitty Pryde really starting to cross over into that more killer-esque kind of mentality, thanks to I mean, certainly Wolverine, but also Ogun, who was her I guess mentor in a sense, but she was kind of like brainwashed in that whole, halfway through that series. So for those who haven't read it, they go off to Japan, and it's this whole side story of them in Japan and Wolverine basically trying to get her back, and she's become this like samurai warrior killer, which is like, it's really cool. It's a little scary, but we're both such big Kitty Pryde fans, so that was a big change, seeing her go through that, and then also just the relationship between her and Wolverine. I thought that was it's for the better ultimately, and she's just well equipped now with don't mess with Kitty. And then the other thing, I liked Roy Kirk's comment there, talking about Colossus. There was that side story too of Colossus kind of having a new love affair during that Secret Wars invasion,
and having that person die, and he basically reevaluated his affection for Kitty, and they kind of broke up. Right.
Yep, and that's kind of part two. Now Kitty. That's another reason Kitty Pryde's kind of, more moved on and kind of into this darker place, at least at the moment. But
for sure, And then we've had a lot of Logan, because we had the Wolverine solo series that we read a while back where we saw him in Japan. So there's been a lot of him in Japan, and the on his own, Wolverine on his own, not quite sure. Do I still fit into this team? And then obviously Kitty Pryde going to Japan as well. It all kind of tied a little bit of a ribbon on that experience over there. Kitty got claws. Chicks with knives.
Don't mess with her. That was 170. The other, what else was I going to mention? And so even in that omnibus, and this also ties into the New Mutant stuff, we get a little bit more of the introduction of Warlock, because I know Warlock was in 192. And kind of going into that, we had Selene, little side stories of Selene in that last season, and she also kind of dipped into some New Mutant stuff. So one thing I wanted to point out was, and I know we're highlighting kind of volume 4 in a sense, but I love that New Mutants lined up perfectly as well with where our reading was. It was a little I guess like earlier, and then it like mixed into the current of what we were, and then maybe jumped ahead slightly, but just like barely, we were pretty much like, so anything that we read was like not confusing, like completely made sense based on at least where the team was. Anytime that we did get little glimpses of the X-Men Storm, like the original team, they were in some of those New Mutant books, but I just thought that worked out so well too. Like we didn't plan that initially, but like after 4, we're like, let's jump to New Mutants, because we both had it. I got it for Christmas the year prior, and like we're like, okay, and then I'm like, wow, this actually times, like I almost feel like if we read it, after volume 3 or something, I would have been
Yeah.
a little more confused still with certain things. We would
For
have met
sure.
Celine in a weird time and like all this
Yeah.
other stuff. So it really worked out. So for anyone like curious to go back to that, or if you ever, for anyone who's never read it and was planning to read it, like it's really cool how they kind of line up perfectly.
And there is some New Mutants we will be reading this season, including one of the second annual, which is a key because of how it presents Betsy Braddock, or Psylocke, as we later know one of her personalities. So there will be some New Mutants tie-in. There's also a book called New Mutants Special Edition #1, which is kind of a little one-shot annual kind of a book. So there will be some more New Mutants things happening this season as well. It's not just Uncanny and X Factor. There's some other things going on as well this season, and the usual Marvel fanfares. Whenever Claremont did a fanfare, that was important. Like last season, we read a really kind of cool one with Mystique and Storm. So there's some of that stuff happening too. No, you did not lose any giveaways. I think Jackson's just messing with you. Off topic, Magic Lasso just hit 1,000 subscribers.
Nice, Ryan. Congrats, dude.
On Wonder Woman Day. Heck yeah.
I'm gonna go unsubscribe right now.
Yeah.
So
let's fix that. We will rectify that immediately. That's awesome. He's been working really hard, dropping a ton of videos. So congrats, Ryan.
Consistent.
You definitely earned it, buddy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's the setup, kind of where the characters left off. Obviously, this is a big season. The background we got going here with the original trial of Magneto.
I like that he's like towering over us right now with this background.
Such a great background. You
kind of worked out.
Crushed it. Yeah. So there's definitely a lot of exciting things as we go from, like I said, 194 through 209. There's a lot of exciting artwork going on. You wanted to highlight some of the artists that are included in this volume, if you want.
In volume 5, just like the creators in general. So like I noticed right away, we do have another writer that's technically listed because of the Longshot series, and that's Ann Nesenti, who I know is a legend in this hobby and or in this industry. So it's cool to see her on there. Barry Windsor Smith is also part of that. Again, the Longshot stuff, which I am not familiar with Longshot at all, so I can't wait to get into that stuff. We have our 6 issues there that I think we broke up into 2 streams. And I'm just going through like the main part of the list here. Dave Cockrum certainly highlighted as both writer and artist,
right?
And he did for the Nightcrawler stuff. So 1 through 4, I'm sure I imagine he'd be in a few other things. Of course, John Romita is in a lot of this stuff. I know we're going to get a lot more of that, and we have some mixed feelings on that. I think the guests that we bring on as well bring a little bit of a mixed bag of how we feel about John Romita Jr.
Sure.
So it'll be interesting to kind of dive into more of that stuff and where he was in his career during this time. Because
the importance of inking, because we've talked a lot about how his style looks different with different people inking for him, and I think that it's highlighted the value of those talented people.
Oh yeah, and we also, I'm excited. We have Arthur Adams, who's going to some of these issues too. It does mark for anyone. I'm looking at it right now, but if anyone's curious, you can look up in the omnibus. It'll tell you kind of what they were, what they're part of. He's part of the annuals, both 9 and 10. There's a New Mutants special edition that he's part of, and also some of the Longshot stuff. So not everything that he's part of, but a good amount for him there. We get Barry Windsor Smith again in 198 and 205. So that's huge.
Yes, because it's the second part of Life Death, right? We got Life Death part 1,
and so
which he came in and did the artwork when we got to be inside of Forge's crazy mansion in the sky.
That was really cool.
We get the second half of that storyline with Life Death part 2.
Nice. Okay.
And that'll be him returning to do that.
I love that they did that then.
Yeah.
A couple of other names I'm not as familiar with. I actually think we might have had them in some of the last book too, but Rick Leonardi, June Brigman, or Bridgman, Alan Davis is in the New Mutants Annual #2.
Yes. Yep.
So I know those names. I feel like I've seen those names before. We might have highlighted some in the past. Steve Lealoha.
Yep.
He is inking in a lot of this stuff, at least from what he's listed here as, along with Dan Green, who has probably a majority now that I look. Dan Green's pretty much inking on a lot of at least the core series.
Sure.
Lealoa is in 194. Will Portasio is
yes,
making
we
some
start
stuff.
to get into some of those 90s
90s,
guys that get
yeah.
big, like Silvestri and Will Portasio have a little bit of their early shots
Yep.
at stardom here.
I'm excited for that. Yeah. Terry Austin is still listed in this. I mean, he's and I'm, it's so interesting because obviously Terry Austin, I just think of John Byrne and the two of them together and all the work that they've done, even with Dave Cockrum. So it's exciting to still see that he's, still doing his thing in this era a bit, maybe not as featured, but certainly in some of these issues. And it's a mixed bag. Joe Rubenstein, of course, he's in a lot of this stuff as well. So yeah, I mean, I think that was like the main thing. I just wanted to kind of rattle off some of those names. And
I'm glad you did. I think it's fun because this is going to be a season different than I think some of the others, where because we're jumping to so many other titles and we're involving so many other characters. An Avengers issue and a Fantastic Four issue and a Longshot miniseries, you're going to get a more diverse artistic experience, and in some cases that's including writers.
Right. Yep, absolutely. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff. It also looks like there were some variant covers listed. I don't know.
The back of my Omni has some like unused alternative covers and things like that.
Oh yeah,
Jackson Roy Kirk taking shots at Bill.
Oh, Jackson.
Long shots. There it is. He has bird-like bones. Spoiler alert.
Oh.
He's fragile. Leave him alone.
Nice. So I'm looking forward. And so I know this is the version I have of this.
Yes,
with this particular thing, but there is another. It's the Wolverine.
Yeah, there's two different covers. In fact, the one I gave JP has the different dust jacket with Wolverine's popping his claws. I think it's issue 207, where he's like slashing the cover or something.
Oh yeah. There, it's he's laying down. He's like,
it's that one right before it. So 204, 5, something like that.
205. Yeah.
205.
So anyways, if anyone is going to buy this and they see the other one, it's the same.
Yeah. Most of these Omnis at this point have two dust jackets. The underneath the inside the dust jacket's pretty much the same, but the dust jackets might, and I know that there were two even for the Prelude Omnibus. So there were two different versions of that.
So there's
and it's got a number 5 right on the spine.
Oh yeah.
Boom. There it is.
I'm gonna have to get this one out next time I go to TriffCon. I'm gonna have to bring this because I don't have it signed yet. I've been trying to get all my omnibus signed by any of the creators that worked in it, including obviously Paramount. So I just opened this not too long ago. So
nice.
I'll have to put that on.
Jackson's like, it was 205. Barry Windsor Smith on the cover with that Wolverine as he's getting taken apart there.
Quite classic. Yeah.
Ooh, Bobby's got a smoking jacket. All right.
Nice.
The Prelude dust jacket cover reminds me of Giant Size. It should, yes, that's the idea. That it's sort of an inverse of the Giant Size. Instead, it's the original team coming back as X Factor, and they're kind of tearing through the front.
Yeah,
that's why I kind of liked that one. I thought it fit the season a little bit in a nice kind of fun way. And then again, I love the interior or whatever the actual cover of the
I was gonna say that when you held that up in the beginning, I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to get that version.
It's a lot of fun, but again, obviously it's a lot of the same material in the same book that Justin's got, so you all can decide for yourself what's needed or not. I ended up just getting rid of one and keeping one, and apparently I'm doing it again this season. So
and that's Arthur Adams, the one that you had held up there.
Is it okay?
Work there, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing, absolutely fantastic.
I only know because it was part of a banner that I bought from him when I met him before. I don't know where it is right now, but similar.
So I think that's most everything we wanted to kind of go through and discuss with you all. We should be on for a lot of the next few Tuesdays. We're not taking any Tuesdays off, so we get a good foot under us, and it's a lot of X-Men, right? 194, 195, 196. We're going to kind of go through a lot of those early issues, and then get a good sense of where we are in this 80s X-Men universe, and hopefully get ready for the holidays when we take our first real break is at the end of December.
Yeah. And I should point out, if anybody wants to have a little fun, technically next Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday that we'll be kicking off, that might be what we might want to consider our Halloween themed episode. So I know, John and I usually, have a little fun with that. If anybody wants to, I don't know, join in any way.
Get my Dr. Doom mask on.
yeah. I don't have anything prepared at the moment, but I certainly could wing it. So I like that we do all these little themed, kind of seasonal episodes. So we'll definitely.
And it's Candace's birthday too.
Oh, nice! It lines up perfectly. Then. Good celebration there.
No Tuesdays off. No excuses.
That's right. That's right. Cool. Yeah. So I'm excited. We'll have questions for next week. We'll base it off of this one. So
on tonight, we'll hopefully have some funny questions based on these shenanigans. We're gonna have to scour through these this 50 minutes to try to find some nuggets here.
I'm gonna hold my shirt up here. That could be something. Just so you know.
Maybe could be important in the end. I don't know. Drop those starting lines.
There you go.
Jackson is ready.
That's great.
Yeah. And again, we're pretty much booked for the whole season, but there's always people that drop out. So we're always, adding guests as we go along. If you feel like you've never had the chance to be on the show and you're interested, there's definitely people that would be fun to maybe have join us.
Just saying.
I'm just saying.
saying.
Invite always extended.
and I will clarify now, just based on what we have booked already. I know there were a lot of you who asked to have a second or even a third episode, and we love and appreciate that.
It's so hard,
but it's so hard. Yeah, unfortunately, we're essentially going to be lined up where we're going to at least have one guest throughout the season. So just to not give anyone's
no duplicates yet.
Right. If we have a cancellation, a call out, or something like that, we'll work something out.
And we forced Ryan to do a slideshow free night where he just can talk about the original team, and we can try to make fun of Angel and Iceman and Cyclops.
Yes,
a little bit. So, if anyone drops out, that spot belongs to me, so don't ask.
Thank you. At least he says thank you.
He's ready.
And he spelled it right. So
he did. I was impressed. And there was punctuation.
Yeah, wow. Chat using that Chat GPT already, I see. Yeah.
Don't hold him back. So gang, that is the crux of the whole show. Again, take the time if you need. Links are all down below. You can check out the previous seasons, and the playlist for this season will slowly populate as we go along. So lots of goodies. Hey, we just finished Reginald Hudlin, and we're looking at maybe the Priest era of Black Panther next. So it's possible that is already in the works, because I have both Priest volumes and I have the Ta-Nehisi volume as well. So I've got a lot of Black Panther Omnis sitting patiently on the shelf, waiting to be ready.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I was waiting for him to throw one jab in, at least one jab.
You got it. He spelled it right.
By the way, earlier, Chet had highlighted that there was an annual that I didn't read. Chet, I read Silver Surfer Annual 7. That was it, right, Chet?
Yeah, that was
Silver Surfer Annual 7. I definitely read that one, Chet. So you better check yourself.
That was a good book. That was a good one.
Great
I like that one.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that's all I got for now. I will have who's our first guest?
It is Colossus Collector Ryan.
Nice.
And he is ready for next week, and I'll start sending out reminders to the first few guests just to keep them honest about where we're at.
Perfect. Love it.
Awesome.
Cool.
So thank you, Justin, for another kickoff, another exciting season ahead. Appreciate you, man. And good luck. You got that first slideshow.
Strap in. We got a 3-hour.
Buckle up. We're going to get ready.
I'm going to be like, how do I do all this again?
Yeah, right. What is the screen share button? I got to do this again. Yeah. Thanks everybody for coming, for hanging out, for supporting us and having a good laugh with us. We're excited to be back doing some more Uncanny X-Men with you. And we'll see you guys on his channel. Make sure you're subbed and notified. But we'll see you over there on Tuesday next week.
Later, gang.
Bye.
Peace.